Hey world builders, welcome back to Build Together. This is day 136. Today's prompt is, how do people of a culture group honor their ancestors in your world? I added some more to the Garavian archipelago and specifically like the Garavian tribal people for this one, and I added a document called For the Unpreserved. Now, when a Giragel died during sort of Garavian ritualistic war as an adult warrior, they are put to rest a very specific way because there is a lot of sorrow in this death, because it is believed, according to the Garavian tribal religion, that an adult warrior who dies in combat never gets to see the day of peace. They instead exist perpetually this place called Vala, which is not the Vala you would be thinking for Norse mythology. This is instead sort of a permanent emptiness, like a sleep, a constant sleep. Now, they are brought back, according to mythology, on the day prior to the day of peace, as the army that the Binav Karin summons to combat sort of the resurging of the ocean as corrupt around the Garavian archipelago. And their whole purpose is effectively to like safeguard anyone who would normally have to fall in battle there. So they become the army of the Binav Karin. So to honor this sacrifice that has been made and the future sacrifice that will be made for the unpreserved is performed, because these individuals are called the unpreserved, thanks to the fact that they will not make it to the day of peace. So what you do is, the first stage is to take a biden tokume, and the tokume I've talked about before are these glass spheres. A biden tokume is one that fits a body inside. It has several small holes to allow for oxygen, but very little ash and smoke escape. And then you burn the body in totality. Then you fill a smaller tokume called the bain tokume with the ashes, and you bury that in a spot towards the center of one of the islands of the tribe, where all the other bain tokumes of the other unpreserved are buried. And then when you go along and do that, you bring a bunch of tokumes filled with the ocean water and you sprinkle them very liberally and carefully over that area. This to sort of remind the previous unpreserved who were buried here that their families and their tribes still think of them. This keeps their self-aware in some aspect, or it is believed at least by the tribal people that this has this effect on them. And they also believe that if they do not perform this or do not treat these unpreserved well, that perhaps they will not protect their village on that final war of the Day of Peace. How do people of a culture group honor their ancestors in your world? Thanks for joining.